Easter eggs are an underrated part of any video game. They allow developers and map designers an outlet to reward exploration of a game's map. They allow game developers to pay homage to other media that they love or find inspiration from. And in today's industry full of empty open world maps, they give us reassurance that the game developers actually care about the details of each zone. Today I'd like to explore the Easter eggs in the lands of Siva, some of which are so obscure it's likely that 99% of players have never seen them. Others are so hidden in plain sight, it's likely that 99% of players have seen them and simply didn't realize it. So let's jump right into the Easter eggs. Let's start with the Easter egg that's been staring us all in the face, whether we've noticed it or not. Every time you've spawned in a town hall, you've probably seen this chalkboard. Now look closely at this chalkboard and tell me if it rings any bells. In case you aren't familiar with the movie Goodwill Hunting, there's a scene in the movie where a janitor at a prestigious university, played by Matt Damon, stumbles upon an advanced mathematical problem that is supposed to be unsolvable. The janitor anonymously solves the problem, and then mops the floor like a boss. The equation you can see on the chalkboard in every town hall is the same advanced mathematical equation solved in Goodwill Hunting. Before we move on to another movie-related Easter egg, let's focus on one that's based purely on player-driven history. Many of you have probably experienced or at least heard of the various exploits, dramas, and controversies surrounding the use of nuclear weapons in Foxhole. Most of these issues revolve around where or why a nuke was used, but this particular lore Easter egg revolves around a time that the mods themselves had to intervene on the use of a nuke. In Clans Head Valley, you can find a journal left behind by a colonial rocket engineer. The journal includes a report that details how they launched a rocket up into the air, and it never landed. This is a direct reference to a previous war in which the colonials launched a rocket, and, much to the dismay of the clan who launched the nuke, it never landed. Due to the backlash from hundreds of dedicated scroopers, the mods intervened and had to spawn a new rocket through console commands in order to make one land. Now for another movie-related Easter egg. If you travel to the bottom of Farinat Coast region, you can find an old seemingly destroyed farm. Alongside the farm are two marked graves, one for Owen and the other for Beru. Now I'll give you a moment to think. Do either of those names and this setting ring any bells in your head? If they don't, allow me to explain. In the movie Star Wars: A New Hope, Episode 4, Luke Skywalker is living on Tatooine with his adoptive aunt and uncle, Beru and Owen. In the film, Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen are brutally killed by Imperial stormtroopers, and they end up buried alongside their farm. Thankfully, the devs didn't give us two charred corpses like they did in Star Wars. This scene was really weird to watch as a kid. As far as I can tell, this is the second and only movie-related Easter egg. The next Easter egg is related to the map of Foxhole. In an earlier version of Foxhole, there was a town on the world map called Frostmarch. However, showing up to the location of Frostmarch on the map would reveal that there's nothing actually there. The town had been named, but no town was actually built yet. In the current day Foxhole map, in the Weathered Expanse region, you can find a frozen sign pointing towards a town called Frostmarch. However, just as it was before, there is no town of Frostmarch. Your character even gets a sense of dread as he looks upon the sign and realizes the town of Frostmarch has gone completely missing. The final Easter egg is a piece of lore directly related to a bug that we all know and love in the game. Anyone who's played Foxhole has probably experienced this bug at one time or another. You see an enemy colonial or warden charging directly at you. Upon firing at this soldier, you realize he's not actually there. You need to take your schizophrenia medication. It's just a bug. Or so you think. If you go to the ash fields, specifically the middle of the Wasteful Claim area, you'll find an abandoned patrol camp. In the abandoned patrol camp, you can find a journal left behind by two sentries. The journal details how, in the nighttime, both of the sentries had seen ghosts or phantom-like characters who charged towards their camp and walked right through the walls. So, what we see as a bug in the game, the soldiers of Foxhole see as phantoms or ghosts upon the battlefield. Side note, if you're interested in the creepier side of Foxhole, I have an entire video dedicated to the creepy or horror side of Foxhole lore. feel free to check it out on my channel. That's the last Easter egg I have for you today. If I missed any Easter eggs, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll add them to episode 2. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. I'm making weekly gaming videos. Please like and comment for the algorithm. Join the Discord, link in description. You'll probably regret it though. Thank you to our generous patrons for funding this video. Most importantly, have a good day.